The results are in. We predicted the group stages, and now we're going to let you know who the winner is in a short bit. That more from This Week in Sports here on Point of View. My name is Bobby Munson. Happy Saturday, all you wonderful people, and also Sunday. Sunday. Oh, my God. That's how fried my brain is right now. And also, a good old happy Sunday to my partner in crime, that man over to the side of the screen. He is Andre 2/3 Fluffy C. Andre, happy Sunday. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. Figured I'd put on a band shirt to try to give myself some Bobby Munson flavor today. Got some fucking the Ziggy Stardust today. Just picked this up recently, so I figured I'd give some Bobby Munson feel here today. But I'm doing good, man. Good weekend. Been a really good week. I've actually watched a bunch of World Cup games this week. Just had them on the side while I was just doing stuff at home. But a lot of really good games. Let's say last weekend, Sunday, Father's Day, I watched Spain versus KS. Sitting eating pizza at a pizza joint recommended by one Birak Irani, and it was delicious pizza.
Oh, nice.
Watched a great game of footy. It was great. It's been a great week, man. It's great sports. Like, it's been great. The NHL entry draft happened this week. The knockout stages are about to start. It's been a week, man. I just watched them F1 this morning, so it's been a week. It's been a week.
They're not only about to start, Andre, but man, Canada is about to start today. Canada, of course, like, we can keep talking about the history made. They didn't win their game this week against Switzerland, but it was damn close. And yes, they made history again by getting to the knockout stage. We're going to talk heavily about the footy in a bit. I do want to talk about something else first, but first, let's go to the chat. It's Zach Menger. He's in here on a Sunday. Thank you, Zach, for being here. Appreciate you, my friend. And we were just talking about this man backstage before we went live because you had to have that yogurt ready for Brett Martinez is in the house. And then we've got our good friend, one of my best buddies right there, Bassman, is in the house. And that, you know where Basser was last night, and that's where I'm going with this whole thing. I mean, I might as well. I've got the inside information on a little store morning event from Prairie Pro Wrestling last night. Andre, this event was a lot of highs and lows all across the board with this particular show. First and foremost, and I'm just gonna break down the barrier a little bit, and I apologize to anybody who still wants to firmly believe in kayfabe, but no matter how much I ever present myself as hating an individual within professional wrestling when I'm doing my job, I never want to see somebody get seriously hurt. And El Asesino last night, in a freak accident in the ring, ended up landing on top of his shoulder. I do have the news. It is a clavicle injury, and it will require surgery. So El Asesino is indefinitely on the shelf for a long period of time. Will we get to see him wrestle again? Well, you know what? As much as it sounds weird, I certainly hope we do. But he's at an age now, man. He's only a year younger than I am, right? And so these injuries, especially when surgery's involved, it's going to be rough. And I only wish him the best. He's an absolute brother. And yeah, that's about where it goes there. It happened right in front of me, and it was brutal. And that's the thing. Not everybody knew what had happened. So he goes over, and you could, like, right away, I'm sitting there at the table, and I could see from my perspective that it went completely wrong. And you know, he's not a guy that those things happen. It's just not something where it happens and you go, okay, well, I've seen him make errors like that before. No, this is a veteran of the ring that's been around for over a couple of decades inside that professional wrestling ring. When something like that happens, you know right away something's wrong. And so I turned to JG Muller, our ring announcer, and I said, that's fucked up. He's not okay. And Ben, who, you know, of course, Andre was refereeing the match. Ben being the absolute one of the best referees that's in the business, period. And I say period, I'm not talking Western Canada, just period. Ben right away noticed something was wrong, immediately checks on Assassino, backed Soup Nasty back to the other corner because make some clearance, knew there was a problem, went threw up the X once. He turned to JG, said, call the match no contest. And then he throws it up again until assistance was able to come down to help Assassino out. Some people, because of the way he was clenching his chest, thought that maybe it was a heart attack. It was not, though. It is a clavicle injury. He is going to get surgery, and eventually he will recover. So yes, that was one of the big lows from last night. Now, there's some other different news. I was somewhat, to some degree, involved with things throughout the entire night. Mike, the ref, in the chat here, saying on the positive side, post-surgery, he can work at the commentary desk. Easier to ask you and all the nice things you've said about him. You know what? Assassino and I, we have good banter. Like, we really do have good banter, and I'd welcome him on the commentary desk sometime. I would love to have it happen.
What was the episode
I did. Yeah,
he was on of your quiz show. Man, you two going back and forth that whole night was amazing.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah, I've had a few people request that he's got to come back on sometime to see the next part of that. So, but yeah, he will recover. I was talking to him this morning. I mean, he's, we were keeping in good spirits there. But also throughout the night, quick updates. Lately, we've been having this Mexican wrestler named El Hijo de la Noches and his a special translator / referee, Jorge, showing up. And Jorge has got some interesting ways of doing refereeing. He's getting yellow cards, red cards. He's basically favoring El Hijo or last night. So last night, PPW management did not allow Jorge to referee. And in doing so, Ben ended up taking the referee spot in this one. And they had the match where El Hijo needed to win in order to be able to stay around Prairie Pro Wrestling and do his thing, and management would leave him alone. Him and Jorge could go do whatever they wanted, technically. But he had to fight someone, and if that someone was to take off the mask, then that would be the chance to let him go, just like we let Levi Knight go back at the Ring of Horrors. Jorge, an old Stampede referee with the cards. Yeah, essentially, Stampede used to do that, and yes, Jorge has been doing it. But the difference being that Jorge's practices are questionable and favorable towards El Hijo as opposed to the straight up refereeing that a normal person should do. So, yes, anyway, in this matchup, Phil Deadly fights El Hijo. In the end, it ends up being okay. That is a good argument. But yes, El Hijo was unmasked last night, and in doing so, we found out it was Levi Knight. Maybe Bobby will help fill the void while else Assassino recovers. Not a chance.
You can do it, Bobby. I believe in you, bro.
Yeah, well, I mean, Assassino gets hurt because he's a professional doing what he does inside of a professional wrestling ring. Bobby gets hurt last night while I was kicking Levi Knight's ass out of the building during intermission when he tried to get back in, and I caught my damn right foot on a crowd barrier and tweaked a calf muscle. So, I mean, let's not kid ourselves. I'm terrible. And I wouldn't have survived what happened to El Assassino last night if I was put in that position. It would not be good at all. It would be the ugliest thing you have ever seen in your life. So that went on throughout the night. Levi was trying to get back in the building. We had to keep kicking him out over and over again. The other big piece of news coming out of PPW last night, we have a new Prairie Pro Wrestling heavyweight champion of the world in the form of one crazed cowboy, Jacob Creed, having beat Michael Allen, Richard Clark last night by what I would say is a series of unfortunate events. And I know Papa Smokes is already texting and making accusations against me this morning and everything from last night. So last night, I'm going to address this quickly. I'm the one who picks up the gear from ringside all the time for the crew. And so that was my task last night. At this point, I was already feeling a little tired, a little sore. I'd been there all day. And as I was taking the stuff to the back for the main event, I set down Jacob Creed's cowbell on the desk where Joe and I sit at ringside. Took the other stuff to the back, came back, realized I had left it there. And I was like, well, shit. I was like, match is kind of already on. I'm not going to quickly run the cowbell back there. I'll leave it. Whatever. It's not a big deal. Apparently, it was a big deal because Bucky McGraw tried to get involved in this thing, tried to grab the cowbell. I was trying to stop him. He ends up taking it anyway. And then he gets stopped by Cannonball Kelly, who runs out, takes out Bucky McGraw. And then Cannonball Kelly is trying to give Michael Allen Richard Clark the cowbell to use while Ref Ben is still kind of KO'd in this situation. And then all of a sudden, Mark won't take the thing. So Cannonball Kelly goes to toss it up into the ring, or we think to Michael Allen Richard Clark, but he overshot the throw right into the hands of Jacob Creed. Jacob Creed uses the cowbell on Michael Allen Richard Clark and lights out. That was it. We've got ourselves a new PPW champion, and questionably Cannonball Kelly. Like, the guy who's been loved by our fans and everything. He's been at Mark's side all this time. Like, was it an accident? That is the question I leave. Like, as Bass saying, love Mark, but I'm excited for a new champ and a new direction. I have a feeling Cannonball may have thrown that cowbell a little high to Creed on purpose. I don't know, Bass. I'm not 100% sure, brother, but it was very questionable. The throw was very, very overshot, and Cannonball doesn't seem like the kind of guy who throws and misses. We've seen the way he throws chairs at the face of El Asesino. He does not miss when he wants to make a throw, and it was a very odd situation. Like saying, so in other words, it's your fault, Mark lost. Seems like we need a match to resolve. Not like I made a slight error. I made a slight error by leaving the cowbell there, but I did not call for the interference. I did not associate with anybody else who got themselves involved, and it was Cannonball who threw the final throw. I mean, whether it was there or not is irrelevant. They could have just as easily grabbed the ring bell. The cowbell, if it was even though it was there, was what they chose. The ring bell was also there, so had that not been there, ring bell could have been the one. That's just how it went down. I feel partly responsible, but I don't feel 100% responsible because I did not throw the bell, so I can't take the full blame for this whole thing.
Bobby had just done his job properly. Mike Orange Clark still have this championship, so I think we need to start hashtag fire Bobby from Prairie Pro Wrestling.
No. Nobody's going to ever fire me from Prairie Pro Wrestling. Now, let's get this straight. But all in all, what happened was a lot of shenanigans and a lot of people doing a lot of crazy stuff. And we have a new champion. We have one show left. Honestly, we have a couple shows left because in 2 weeks, we're actually going to be opening up for the Saskatoon Berries again this summer, followed by our next show in August, and then off to the basically the biggest show of our year. That's the Ring of Horrors coming up in October. When we got someone coming in here saying easy to predict the champion. Are you talking about obviously you're talking about the World Cup. I think that's considering the title of this. Easy to predict the champion of the World Cup, is it? Well, let's go to World Cup talk right now. Perfect timing as Sanju drops in. Let us know, my friend, who is going to win this year's World Cup. But before we start talking about the knockout stages here, let's talk about our predictions from the group stages, Andre. And just so everybody knows, the way we scored our group predictions was if the teams that Andre and I picked, we picked 2 from each group. If they went through by gaining first or second place, we get 3 points. If they were one of the 8 nations selected as the top 8 in third place to go through, 1 point. So, Andre, before I give you the results, I want to know from you, do you happen to know who won this one?
I have no idea. I feel like it's you because knowing my bold predictions, I just make decisions out of a whim, and I don't know, but let's find out because that third place thing could really upset a lot of this in my feel. You know what I mean? Like that people getting moving out, that those 1 points can really make a difference. So
you bet. quick detour here as Bass saying, yes, Canadian Goose also made his debut at Prairie Pro Wrestling last night. Much beloved by the PPW Nation, including Bass himself, says he can't believe how much he loves the Canadian Goose. What a great performer. He is a great guy and a great performer. We loved him. And yeah, you bought Mr. Flacco for Bass Jr. there. So that's awesome. That is really awesome, dude. Yeah, we do hope that.
I love myself some Canadian Goose. Again, I've known Kyle, the Canadian Goose Kyle. I've known this guy since before he became a professional wrestler. He used to be my assistant in Red Deer when I was doing ring announcing. He was my run stuff to the back guy, and he assisted on with the sound table and everything. So Goose has evolved from just the guy I knew hanging out at the sound table with me to being an incredible professional wrestler and one of the most charismatic professional wrestlers I've ever met.
Yeah, the nation loved him last night. He was. Before the show started, he was outside of the parking lot with the fans lined up, getting them start honking, and they didn't even know who he was yet. And he gets into the match. They love doing the honk. And then at one point, and even this, as JG Muller and I are sitting there, we both turn to each other. It's like, it's hard to keep a straight face with a guy who comes up with some of the stuff that Goose comes up with. And he turns to the audience at one time and goes, honk if you're horny or whatever. And then everybody starts honking. And I'm like, yeah, he's going to fit in just perfectly here in Prairie Pro Wrestling. Like, absolutely perfectly so.
And he has a very well-known factor here of using honk in place of words you shouldn't say in front of your children. We're not honking around. You're going to get honked up and things like that. Like, it's very fun. It's a very fun. Yeah. But back to the World Cup.
I think honk around and find out was one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. No, back to the World Cup. Here we go. So the World Cup group stages. Andre thinks that I won it. Well, I'm going to tell you, Andre, the winner of this won by a single point. This came down to essentially a point from one of the 8 nations, more or less. So by a score of 55-54, I beat you by 1 point only. By 1 point only. And as I was calculating, I'm like, God damn it, I think Andre might end up taking this. It was that tight as I was marking through this. But like yes, 55-54.
It's those third places that really can decide this. Damn it. Dang.
Yeah. And it's just like, and it's because this World Cup's been so wild. It's been all over the place. You just can't, like, some of the more obvious winners from other ones, it just, they didn't win.
Like Cabo Verde. They were such a force in this entire tournament, just upsetting, creating upset situations with so many teams. It didn't make sense. It just didn't make sense.
Yeah. Now it's Cabo Verde too. It's over and over again. Just got the tie games, right? Like they were upsetting by getting the ties, but it was enough to get them through. Now the only thing is Cabo Verde can't hide behind a tie anymore. Like we're in the knockout stages. You can't hide. Time's up on that side of the fence. One Europe team. It's the Destinies, is what you're saying. Okay, interesting. I mean, I would love for it to be a specific European team for me. I mean, outside of it being Canada, but I'm not delusional to think Canada is going to go the distance in this tournament and win it. However, who knows with the results we've seen? Like, that's the thing. Now it's in the knockout stages. There's nothing to hide behind, right? So even the top teams who underperformed against teams that they should have normally beat, you don't have a second chance now. So for an England coming up against someone like Ghana, you don't have a tie game to hide behind anymore, England. So get your shit together. Yes, they came out first in their pool, but they should have walked out with 9 points quite easily in that pool, and they only walked away with 7. So it's, that's one of the things. It takes one time only. England's they will be playing against Congo.
You're talking about in the group stage. I apologize. Sorry.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's all good. But yeah, during that group stage, there's nothing. Yeah, you can't hide behind these tie games anymore, right? Like this is where you have to be at your best at all times, and you have to give it your all. You have to show the desire to want to win the World Cup. Remember, It's now, or you're waiting another 4 years, or in some cases with some of these guys that are up there in age, this is their last shot. Some of them, it's, you know, Brett asking if Sweden is still in. Well, let me tell you, because I can give you a breakdown of the games, and then Andre and I are actually going to predict who we think is going to take each one of these games in the opening stages and then reconvene next weekend. So, Andre, we have got, starting with today, South Africa is going to be taking on Canada. We're going to see the Netherlands take on Morocco. Germany's taking on Paraguay. France taking on Sweden. Belgium's taking on Senegal. The U.S. are taking on Bosnia. Spain against Austria. Portugal's got Croatia, Brazil, and Japan. The Ivory Coast and Norway. Mexico and Ecuador. England taking on Congo. Switzerland taking on Algeria. Colombia taking on Ghana. And Australia taking on Egypt. And last but not least, Argentina versus the upsetter team, Cabo Verde. Now, again, that's one of those games where Argentina, don't underestimate them. They went for a lot of ties. And, you know, it just takes one. It just takes one. So with that said, Andre, I think it's time that we go ahead and predict who we think is going to win in each one of these games here. I am going to just put our names down, Andre.
And just so people know, in the second round, we do have it do start on Saturday. So maybe me and Bobby will do a little text Saturday morning before and we'll pick those first two games and we'll just reveal what we picked on the show, just so people can say we didn't cheat. We're not cheating, getting free points. We'll text each other Saturday to make our picks for those first two knockout games in the round of 16, because it's going to be over before we get back on the 12th. So is it all going to be we're getting close to that anyways.
Yeah, like, I mean, we've been good up until this point, obviously.
Yeah, the round of the quarterfinals is going to be over before the show after that. So it's going to be kind of insane. So, yeah.
Okay, it's either that or we go with our predictions here and go all the way. Ooh. No, let's text. No, that's a lot to predict. We'll text.
I don't know if I can do quarters. That's going to be really hard. Maybe we can do that. Get us through to the finals next week. But with the round of 32, that's a lot of team. Maybe with the round of 16, we can make those predictions. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So starting match one, who do you got, Andre? South Africa versus Canada.
I'm picking with my heart. I'm going with Canada. I gotta support my team. All I want is them to get around to 16. If they can get the round to 16, that's incredible. It's already incredible to get to knockout stages. Don't get me wrong. I just like to see them get through one knockout stage, and then again, do I think Canada's going to win it all? Probably not. But do I want them to win it all? Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Win it all or not, I'm still, going home country. Still going to cheer them on. Unless they have to play England, then I'm going to be torn. But for now, I'm still going Canada myself. Next game up, Andre, it's the Netherlands versus Morocco. Who do you got?
Morocco had a really good group stage. But you said who is Morocco versus who?
Netherlands.
Ooh, both teams ending with 7 points.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Morocco. Because they have that young guy that everybody seems to be really impressed by.
Buati.
He's gonna be a tree. Come on, even though we just lost a player.
Yeah, right. Good. When the teams are after him, that is wishful thinking, there, my friend.
Yeah, I know.
As good as he's been though, and everything. When it comes down to the end of the day, I think the Netherlands might still take this. So I will go Netherlands.
First one we picked against each other. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And so the next matchup, we got Germany versus Paraguay. Who do you got?
Ooh, just trying to see where Paraguay landed. Sorry, scrolling through. I'm gonna go Germany here. I think Germany's got this one.
That's almost a no-brainer. Germany's been great, and they're going to probably continue to be great past this round. So Germany on that game. Next one up, we've got France versus Sweden. Who do you got?
France. Anytime I hear anybody say France, I think it's Simpsons, where the Kent Brockman couldn't say the name of a place, and he just goes, France.
Love it. I will also pick France on this one as well, too. Still think Kylian Mbappe is going to be on fire and continue his run of form.
I was watching their last game, and man, he was flying on that field.
I mean,
he was flying.
The one thing people don't realize is Mbappe's like reading of the game is phenomenal. Like it's the things you don't always catch sometimes from the corner of your eye with what Mbappe is doing. So many people are focused on the goal scoring. It's some of the other things he does throughout the match to support his team where it's like, there's a reason this guy's world class and gets paid the money he does. Next up, we got Belgium versus Senegal.
Oh, Belgium by a long shot. Senegal squeaked in one of those like third place positions. I gotta go with Belgium here. Picking Senegal is almost like crazy.
It would be an Andre level wild prediction to go with Senegal on this one. It would be picking Nottingham Forest to win the Premier League levels of crazy. So, but you found yourself a favorite team in the process, so it's all good.
I did.
Yeah. All right. Up next,
have a tradition of wearing red. Let's just say that.
Perfect. Up next, actually, it's the USA.
My Cardinals too. Cardinals too. They were red too. So see, I seem to pick red teams. Commanders, when I supported them, they wear red. They wear like a version of a red jersey. I seem to pick red teams for some reason. I don't know what it is.
He could have come over to the side of Montreal to do the Manchester United. I'm telling you,
wrong kind of red though.
Red Devils. We're the Red Devils. So, all right, who do you got? USA versus Bosnia.
Again, Bosnia squeaking in third place from our group, from Canada's group. I got to go USA. They had a really good tournament this year. They had to take a loss, but they showed like real evolution in the North American game. So,
yeah, I got to go with the USA too, as much as it pains me because they've been a little bit over cocky and a little too arrogant for my liking, and I kind of want. Part of me wants them to just lose this game just to teach them a lesson because of the arrogance, right? Like, because the fact that they win that first game, they're just like, we're going to go all the way. Like, you guys beat one team, like, chill. Like, don't get ahead of yourselves. That would have been like Canada winning that Qatar game and going like, well, I think we can take this whole tournament. You beat Qatar, boys. Take a chill pill. Let's move on from there.
All I see out of that one game was maybe we get to round of 16. Maybe we get there. That's what I saw out of that game.
Because Canadians are being like grounded in the situation. We're like, yay, we did something. We did something awesome. We're taking the silver linings and running with it, right? Like everything that we keep doing is breaking records for Canada. So we're taking those as a win, where the US is like, we're going to go all the way. Like, no, why don't you try to make your goal a little bit more obtainable, like the furthest you've made it in the cup yet, and then anything after that is only continuing to push that bar even further, and then you can focus on maybe continuing your build to try to get to the finals someday. But trust me, with some of these teams in here, US, no, I don't see it going all the way. But in this game, yeah. Next up, we got Spain versus Austria. Who do you got, Andre?
It's Spain. Come on. Like they're just it's Spain. They're a contender every year. I watched them versus KAS. They spanked. They're behind, man. Like, it's got to be them.
All right. Next in a game that I would say could go either way potentially. There's one team that on paper is definitely the stronger team in this situation, but the other team aren't slouches, and there is a very good, strong possibility this could be one of the best matches of the knockout stage, or this round of the knockout stages. We have Portugal taking on Croatia.
Gotta be a strong freaking game, man.
Both teams very strong.
Both teams are going to be coming out to play in this one, and I'm going to go with the Croats here. Going with the Croats.
Okay. Croatia. There's no wrong answer on this one, but I will go Portugal.
I like it,
I
but
will
again,
go Portugal.
they got 2 wins with a loss in their group stages for Croatia, and Portugal actually doing better than Portugal, right? Because Portugal coming out with 1 win and 2 draws. And again, I know they got Ronaldo and all that shit. And Portugal's got Ronaldo, right?
Portugal's got Ronaldo and then some. Like a lot of the top players in the world are on Portugal right now. Like,
but again, not performing in that group stage as they should have. You know what I mean? Like having a draw. Having draws with Colombia, like Colombia was that's kind of more expected, but like drawing the Congo is like they should have won that. Like there's
yes, very much so.
Like so yeah, I'm looking at it going. I'm feeling the Croats here. I feel like the Croats with the upset here. I think they take like not technically an upset, but I think it to the wider like technically it wouldn't be an upset being that they finished better.
No,
but for them to beat a team like Portugal technically would be an upset in reality in the world looking at footy. I think that's an upset in it all.
Croatia's usually right up there though, man. Like even like they've been right up there at the end with England and stuff like that in the last, European and World Cups. So Croatia is a tough team. But Portugal's been in that mix before too, even frequently, and they have a great team on paper. The thing is, you're probably not going to lose this one. You're probably going to end up getting it. The problem with Portugal seems to be like an internal issue more than anything, like players not firing on all cylinders. Sometimes when you have all the best in the world on the pitch, everybody wants to be as the star, and they don't know how to click as a team. And sometimes that's Portugal's detriment because they have got absolute A+ quality players on that pitch across the entire pitch. But like you said, those draw games, it's not like they were resting players. Those top players were very much there and present, and they still came out with the draws. So picking Portugal is, in my mind, risky in this game, but it's going to be a solid match either way. Like both teams are going to show up for sure in this particular one. So. And next up, we got Brazil taking on Japan. Japan, who showed up, and they were one of your picks to go through. You ended up getting like 3 full points from Japan.
I did. I'm gonna stick with them. I'm sticking with Japan. Okay. I'm gonna go with Japan. I think this is a team. Like I think there's a chance. There's a chance they get through, and they can. They finish. Oh my God, Mike! Jesus Christ, man! Jesus Christ, Mike! It breaks me, man.
Yeah.
Really didn't even make it this year, which is terrible. But
Portugal's just happy they finished higher than Italy. Yep. And so they should be.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but you know what? I'm going to take Brazil. But again, in this situation, I'm like, after seeing that Japan got you through in the group stages the way they did, I'm like, it's hard to want to bet against them sometimes because they're one of those teams that like they work hard all the time. Like them getting knocked out won't be from them not having tried their best kind of thing, because I don't think that the Japanese team knows how to do anything less than 110%. So they'll only lose if the other team just happens to be the better team. That's the only way the Japanese team loses. Kind of thing, because they will pour their heart and soul into that game. So interesting to see, and Japan very capable because Brazil can be a little shaky at times. So up next, we've got Norway taking on the Ivory Coast. Who do you got, Andre?
That's an interesting one because like both teams kind of came out that 2-1. Ivory Coast playing in division with Germany and Ecuador and Curacao, but like I'm going to go Ivory Coast here. I think they got a shot.
Okay.
They got a shot.
I always find Ivory Coast is one of those wild card teams. Like they do have solid players. And, in this one, I was kind of like, I could go either way, and I think to keep things interesting, I'm going to pick Norway based on that alone. It's not that I necessarily feel they will win. I just want to keep our predictions interesting, and I think this is one of those ones that either prediction could take this one. So I'll go Norway.
I'm down.
All right, up next, Mexico taking on Ecuador.
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm going to go Mexico. Because again, Mexico had a very dominant, 3-0, and Ecuador not in had a third place. Again, third place, squeaking in. You gotta go Mexico here. I think you really do.
Yeah, I am as well too. Mexico's my pick to go through on this one. The host nations are gonna hopefully all three get past this round. That's what we're praying for. Well, we're at least praying Canada's one of those nations that gets through on this.
I'm praying for Mexico and Canada to get through.
Yeah, there we go.
If they get through, great. If they don't, I'll take the loss on that one. I'm fine with
it. You know what'll hurt the most is if USA goes through and Canada doesn't, because the amount of slander that'll be in our Discord chat from our partner in crime, Ed. Yeah, you know he's gonna have a go at us if US goes through and Canada doesn't.
And he doesn't even care. That's a problem.
No, not at all. He only cares in terms of wanting to bother us. That's the only thing he truly cares about this. Yeah, that means USA wins on Canada. Oh, that's even more gross. That's yuck. Yuck.
Ew.
Now I really want Bosnia to win, even more so now.
I'm not changing my pick. But damn, now I kind of want Bosnia to upset. I really do.
Well, you know who else I want to see win on Canada Day? England, when they play Congo. I'm just going to say my prediction now. I'm not deviating from that. I'm picking England.
I'm going England here too. I think you're stupid to pick against them in this round. Congo Demrunk. Mike's picking the Congo. But I think the Congo had they've shown really good strength this year. But it's England, man. They're going to be coming to play here, man. They're going to be coming to play.
They always do. Other than when they play Ghana, apparently. But that's the thing. Again, it's another one of those situations where England can't afford to have another bad game. If they really want to win this World Cup, they cannot come out and play the way they did against Ghana or play the way they did against New Zealand in the warm-up games before the World Cup kicked off. Tie games ain't getting you nowhere, and England notoriously shits the bed on penalty shootouts. So every time they go to a penalty shootout, I'm just like, we're done. So I'm hoping it doesn't go to that, and we'll see. But still going England. Switzerland versus Algeria is the next selection.
Against Algeria?
Yeah.
It's the Swiss, man.
Yeah.
Yep, they beat us. It's the sad factor, and I think the Swiss have some good chances here. And I don't see a third place in Group J Algeria getting through this round of 32. I just don't.
No, Switzerland. They'll play Algeria, who I'm selecting as well too, and pretty easy. Next up, we have got Colombia taking on Ghana.
Ooh, that's a little tougher, but I'm gonna go Colombia.
Colombia? Okay.
Yeah.
And again, in the interest of having some fun.
Ooh, he's making the bold prediction.
And because they tied England, I'm gonna go with Ghana on this one.
You're going with the bold prediction here.
Going a little more bold that time, but at the same time, you know what? They tied England. Let's see. Let's see if Ghana can pull this off. All right. Australia versus Egypt.
Ooh, I don't even like the matchup. Just sounds bad to me. Just has an air of It just doesn't sound good.
It sounds like the one I'd be more interested in skipping of all the matches to watch.
I think I picked Australia to go through.
You did?
I think I'm gonna go with Australia. I'm gonna ride the Australian wave. You know. Ride that Australian wave.
Catch that wave. All right. Andre goes with Australia on this one, and I think I'm going to go the opposite direction and pick Egypt.
Again, it's two second place teams, one with 4 points, one with 5. Again, I think this is a complete toss up. You know what I mean? Like, this is a toss up game. It just doesn't sound interesting. It doesn't sound like an interesting game to me.
For the sake of keeping it interesting, I got some slight belief, I guess. I'm not 100% confident in some of these selections, to be honest with you, Mike, but I also don't want us to just like pick 16 games and all of them are the same so that we come here next weekend and go, well, guess who tied? Like that would be like watching England versus Ghana all over again.
And then you got to watch us do video of us taking penalty shootouts. Nobody wants to see me versus Bobby in a penalty shootout. Nobody wants that. No. Trust me. No. You don't. Not especially for me.
I'd get injured just thinking about it. So all right, last game up, and this one will be fun. There's an obvious pick here, and yet there's also a fun pick on the table. We've got Argentina taking on Cabo Verde.
I'm going fun because I'm picking Cabo Verde to screw this up for Argentina, man. I it's just because I want to see the players just go, what the fuck, if Cabo Verde squeaks his win out.
I would love to see that happen. I really would. I'm picking Argentina because it's the logical pick.
They were undefeated in the group stage. They look dominant as shit. Like, yeah, come on. It's
yeah. True.
But yeah, if Assassino's Bobby's goaltender, Mike, you're the goaltender when I'm kicking, buddy.
Yeah,
because we're 2 different problems. You're the one closer to me, so
no, it's going to be an interesting set of games anyway. I can't wait. Canada playing 1:00 our time this afternoon. Andre and wife and I we're gonna be taking that match in, enjoying it, and I want to be able to come back and say we did it. We broke history again. We made it one round further. That's what Canada's been all about. It's been great watching, and like saying, I'm a former MVP for goalie. It was when I was 7, but still, that'd be like me saying I was a championship bowler at the age of 7. Yes, can you believe that? I was a bowler. Yes, Munson bowling.
Being that you're from bowling. Saskatchewan, the land of flat, that makes so much sense that you were a bowler.
Not only that, but Uncle Roy, the rubber man, he left a great legacy for us Munsons in the world of bowling. Again, if anyone's seen the movie Kingpin, you'll love the reference there. And Sanju saying England, it's coming home. It's not a prediction. It's a spoiler. I like how you phrased that, Sanju. That was fantastic. I will join you guys 19th of July after the final. So I'm with you though, brother. I want England to take it. I really do. Part of me would love to see Canada also be able to get there, but I'm not delusional. England is not a delusion. It's like you said, it's a spoiler. As long as they don't shit the bed like they did with Ghana, they'll take this thing. And they very much have the talent to do it. We have got top quality players in that England squad. It's going to be good. Mike's going to be 100% wrong. Not at all. Fuck the media and fuck the doubters. It's coming home, like Sanju said. I'm with you there, Sanju. I'm England all the way, brother. But yes, very excited for the World Cup. But enough of the World Cup, Andre. I know before we get to the top of the hour. Oh, hold on. Okay.
Because it's a possibility, because of how the brackets are set up. We could, if all the stars in the sky line up and all the luck in the world is up everybody's asses, all the horseshoes are stuffed up everybody's asses, we could get Canada versus England in the final, because
that would be something else.
Bobby would be sitting there just like brain broken, just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know.
At the same time, it would be the first time I'm watching a World Cup final going, I'm going to both be upset and happy. for whoever wins.
Oh,
yes, Canada versus US is very possible as well too. Yeah,
no, Canada versus USA would
isn't
be
it?
in like the semis. It would
Would
be a
it?
semifinal. Canada and USA would end up are in the same top half, are in the top half. So it would
Okay,
be
yeah,
Canada
they are
USA
too. Yeah.
they would hit in the semifinal if they hit. It'd be Canada versus
Okay.
USA. But do I expect
Oh, I'd
Canada
love
through?
it.
No. Could I see England doing it? Yes. Canada, I think we get through one round and then we're not.
Well, that's the problem. Is like we're gonna end up against either the Netherlands or Morocco, and that alone is a tough game. And barring that we get past that, it's either Germany, Paraguay, France, or Sweden. Like,
yeah, and I'm scared.
It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll, and I think Canada's only going part way to the top here. But
Yeah.
England, on the other hand, that's different. Well, hopefully we see them in the final this year. But off the topic of the World Cup, because we're getting close to the top of the hour, Andre, and I know that you had some F1 to watch, and let's get an update on what's going on in the world of F1.
Really good race today, especially in the top half. Like Lewis Hamilton was fighting in the first half of the race for that top spot, but then kind of fell out into like the middle of the top 10. But you had George Russell, Max Verstappen, Kimi Antonelli all just pushing. The finish of this race came George Russell number 1, Max Verstappen number 2, and Kimi Antonelli number 3. From first to third, there was a difference of 2 seconds, or just over 2 seconds, which is almost unheard of these days in F1. Usually a guy crosses the line and the other guy's crossing 10 seconds after him. When third place is crossing like 2 seconds after you, when you've won it, that's a tight fucking finish of a race. Like, it was a close freaking race because like Antonelli was within half a second of Verstappen, and Verstappen was within a second and a half of Russell by the end of this race. It was close. Multiple different people held the lead of this race at times. It was an exciting race. Again, Cadillac shit in the bed. I think like their cars were out by like the 7th or 8th lap. Just couldn't handle it, man. I feel bad for that team, and I feel bad because I think Fernando Alonso had to retire at one point. His car failed on him, and then Stroll came in like last of all the people that have finished. Like just a rough race, man. Just a rough race. But I enjoyed it. Like incredibly exciting in that top half of the race. Even down in like 12th, 13th place, they were fighting and fighting and fighting. Again, points started at 10th place, but like there was the fighting that was happening at 13th and 12th, and just it was an exciting race. It was a lot of overtaking, a lot of near just people moving around each other. Absolutely tremendous. Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, awesome to hear. And hello to Eric joining us here as well too. Fantastic. So that's the world
shout
of
out
F1.
to Eric. I'm gonna give a shout out to Eric right now, being that he's here.
Okay.
This Tuesday, I am joining him on his show, Nattering E, where, as he's explained it to me, we're going to be going through the entry draft and drafting our own team of 6, 5 forwards and a goalie, or 5 players and a goalie, so 3 forwards, 2 defensemen, and a goalie from this year's entry draft. If I'm not mistaken in how he sent me that email, we're picking from the entry draft. We're going to pick our best team out of there. I have no idea because I don't pay a lot of attention to the prospects. I see them when they come to the actual NHL. I'm going to make some bold predictions in this. So, yeah. I don't know. I might not. I'm just gonna. There's a Latvian I kind of want to pick. There's a Latvian that went to New York. I'm interested in. Yeah. 7. Yeah. I guess he's huge, isn't he? So it'll only be a 6-hour pod, dude. I gotta work. I don't have to work the next morning. I'm down with a 6-hour pod, bro. I don't have to work the next day. So I'm off Wednesday, so it works. I can do a 6-hour pod, bro. It's all good. I can do it.
There you go. I'm looking forward to listening to that as well too. So looking forward to what you guys put together. That should be a lot of fun. But yeah, any other sports things that you want?
I was gonna say, I want to talk.
Oh go for it, man.
Quickly here, I'm just gonna pull it up. Just want to talk about the top. This is just quickly go over some of the top picks this year. Bring it up. There we go. Gavin McKenna going first overall to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Fuck the Maple Leafs. Like, fuck them. I will not draft Gavin. I will not draft Gavin McKenna in the draft on Nattering. I will not, because he's a Toronto Maple Leaf. I will not draft him. I can't. I out of principle, I cannot draft that man. Ivar Stenberg went from the Frölunda HD in the SHL, going to the San Jose Sharks. This is the dude Mike was talking about, that giant of a player. The giant. Yeah. But yeah, it's no. I don't think. Maybe this wasn't him. That side is only 6 foot. No, that's left wing. That is not who I'm supposed to be talking about here. Here it is. It's probably this dude, Keaton Verhoff. Sorry. Oh, okay. It's not him. Okay. Keaton Verhoff, though, is a 6'4", 212-pound defenseman that was drafted in the first round by the San Jose Sharks. That's a big boy. The 7th round. Okay, I actually have to look at this because I wasn't planning to pick anybody in the 7th round. I might have to pick somebody in the 7th round. Round 7 has not been put up on Wiki yet, so nope, I'm good. I'll do it. I'll find out who this motherfucker is. Yeah, sure.
Mike's it.
But yeah, again, just a nice little entry draft this year. Nothing crazy. I'm just want to pull up one more people. The person the only person I give a shit about in this entire draft is Gleb Pugachev. It's gonna be a very, very. But you know what? If this dude is any good, I can't wait to wear a Montreal Canadiens jersey with the name Pugachev on the back of it, because that's the weirdest ass name that has ever been put on a jersey. Pugachev, Pugachyov, Pugachev. Gleb.
Order your jersey now.
His name is Gleb. Freaking
and Mike's saying, how about the Ruck brothers that don't give a ruck with the Penguins?
I don't pay attention to Penguins because fuck them, but. Like Gleb, I just when I saw the name, I was just like, I'm obsessed with this dude now. If he ends up on the main roster, I'm getting a Pugachev jersey. Like, I wish I could get a jersey that said Gleb Pugachev. I was 16, or just a jersey that says Gleb with his number on it. His first name is his last name is awesome, but his first name is way better, Gleb. Like, has there ever been a Gleb? I don't think there's. I gotta ask, Eric, has there ever been a Gleb in the NHL before? I've never heard of a Gleb. A guy with the first name Gleb. I've heard Saku. This is Saku Koivu and so many others, but a Gleb. 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 I wish. That would actually be really funny. But it's Gleb Pugachev. Maybe it's the Russian version of Glenn. I don't know. But it says his name is Gleb, which makes me so happy. Technically, he's from Kazakhstan, but technically they're part of Russia in their own weird sense of the world. But yeah.
Imagine if that was a typo and his real name was Glenn.
It's very. I feel like his parents meant to name him Glenn, but when they put his name through on his birth certificate, it had a B. So it's a Gleb, and they just went, let's go with it. We're Russian. Let's go. Or we're Kazakhstani, Russian. Let's go with it. So. All
right. Well, not to burst your bubble, but I just looked it up, and statistically, Gleb Veromayev was an American professional ice hockey player who played for the New York Islanders.
Okay. That's probably why I'd never heard of him, because fuck the Islanders.
It's Andre versus the world here today on Point of View.
But who especially fuck them? Fuck Philadelphia. Everybody knows my hate for Philadelphia.
And Mike saying that Gleb means heir of God in Russian.
That's actually really cool. I like that. It makes me like the name Gleb even better.
There you go. If Andre,
let's go.
If Andre ever fathers a son, he's going to name it Gleb. We now know.
Damn, that sounds like a great idea. Bobby,
All right.
you're giving me ideas, bro.
Of course. So anything else from sports you wanted to cover here before we wrap things up today?
I do not. I am not. How am I AHAT mode? Okay, yeah, against Philly for sure, because that's them. But I love people that live in Atlantic Canada. Like, I love those people. But Mike does. Mike does rile me up a lot. So, yeah.
It very well could be the reason.
Yeah, I blame Mike.
Could just be a little fatigue. So, yeah. Any other topics, Andre, or we ready to call her a day?
I'm good, sir. I am good.
All right. Well, with that said, Andre's ticker is up on the screen, and he's going to tell you wonderful people where you can find him, what he's got coming up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 2 gloves prior to this one. Okay. I don't give a crap about other gloves. It's only Gleb Pugachev that I care about. Instagram, that kind of guy. Instagram says that they can do. Find me over back. We're going to do a reduced show, the Pop Spot, and make sure the Pop Spot presents. We have no shows coming out this week, but we'll be back the following week with a show covering Monster Pro Wrestling. Yeah, and then my scheduled guest for July for Pop Spot events is, as of right now, will be Nasty Nate Nixon, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be having that come out probably mid or late July, so check that out. And then we got lots of stuff coming up here because this Thursday we are going to do Supergirl. DC Talk takes over Marvel Talk this Thursday as we talk Supergirl. And then we were originally going to do X-Men this Thursday, but with scheduling this weekend, we couldn't do Supergirl this weekend. We're doing that Thursday. We're going to talk the first 3 episodes of X-Men the following Thursday, and then after 3 episodes are released every time, we're going to drop a new episode. So coming in 3 episodes. The first episode is dropping this week. Then episode 4 will be out when we talk the first 3 episodes, but we won't talk about that because that'll be part of the next one. Yeah, God, yeah, I would say so. 2 heirs to God are better than 1. I would say so. But yeah, so yeah, we have lots of Marvel talk coming out, and we also have that we're having one late. We one this Thursday talk with DC Talk, Marvel Talk the following week, Marvel Talk 2 weeks after that. Marvel. Then we'll have Spider-Man at the end of July, the start of August. Technically, we're gonna have one more talk in the finale, last episodes of X-Men following that. Lots of stuff coming there. So yeah, and then I'll be here doing point of view every Sunday with Bobby Munson as long as I can make it.
Perfect. That's where you can find Andre. As for myself, the ticker back down below is going to show you to my social media what I got coming up. Well, of course, Thursday night, I'll be back here with Papa Smokes doing Ring Respect Radio, whether we'll be reviewing an indie wrestling show. I haven't picked which one just yet, so stay tuned to find out which one it is. And of course, then you can catch Andre and I here on Point of View, 11 a.m. Eastern time. This Friday, I'm also going to be releasing the next episode of Killer Cuts with Astrid Pizarro, where we reviewed the movie Send Help. So if you haven't checked it out, it is available on Hulu, and then you can follow along with us on that show as well too. And you can also catch myself and Papa Smokes every Saturday on the Prairie Pro Wrestling YouTube channel with a new match release. So make sure to check us out over there. And yeah, that's about what I've got coming up. But what you can do is check out all great things coming up on OLE Podcast through our social media down below, and also support us here on YouTube and Twitch, where we're partnered on both channels. Twitch, that means you can hand over a Twitch sub, regular sub. Those things help us out a lot. You can cheer with bits, all those kind of great things that Twitch allows us to do. But even if you just follow along on Twitch, we appreciate that as well. Keep those chats active. Over on the YouTube side, what it means, you can do super chats, super stickers. Those help us out, but you can also go do the things like subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and if you're watching on replay, leave us a comment in the comment section below. Let us know who you think is going to win the World Cup. But if you're also watching on a mobile device, about 24 hours after this is aired on replay, you're going to be able to start adding those hype points. Hype points help us out big time. It gets us up the hype ladder. So if you want to go and use any of your 3 weekly hype points to go and cheer us out and make us do better, then That's what we want. So share those points with us. Help us get up the hype ladder. We want to say thank you to everybody who joined us in the chat, including Mike the Ref, Eric, Peggy, and Zach here today, and Basser earlier as well, too. Thank you for all being here. We hope you'll join us next Sunday for more Point of View. Go enjoy some sports. Go Canada. We'll see you in a week's time.